Hey everyone, Happy New Year from Good Vibes Lab. We're here right now actually making some bone broth with my team. I got Ben here in the background. He's in charge of all the labels and graphic design that you see, and he does also some assistance for me on many platforms. And here is Bev. Bev's our kitchen manager. Bev does all the menu development. So if you want something special on your order this week, then you need to talk to her. So it's Bev at goodvibes-lab.com. Don't email me, email Bev. So here we've got some bones that she's sizzling up. This is actually some legs. That's gonna create some great flavor in our bone broth that everybody loves so much. It's got good spice. Bone broth's excellent, has many benefits. We're gonna go over that in Food Man Guide's Fast Start. And here is a small batch actually of our bone broth. The tilt skillet you can see over here behind me is what we normally do it on. It has almost a 30-gallon capacity. So it's really exciting. We've had some good growth in 2019 and we're super excited about 2020 and seeing how many people we can help reach all their goals that they have for this year. Right here, I wanted to point this out to some people because a lot of people do not use everything from the holidays as much as they should. So something like a ham bone, chicken bones, turkey bones, any of those are going to be excellent. They have very good health benefits. A nose to tail method when you're eating animal products is really good. There's certain portions and aspects about the proteins and amino acids that are not in the meat, that are in the bones, things that help you rebuild and restructure your joints and have many health benefits, build your skin and stuff up, and have excellent gut health. So this one is actually a ham bone. So we had some ham meals, and what we're going to do is we're going to slow base that. We're going to pull the marrow out of the ham bone. Ham actually has a lot of really good health benefits. So again, we're going to go over some of those more in detail soon. But now what we're going to do is kind of go over some aspects of our Food Man Guide, and so we'll get that kicked off here in a second. I'm going to hand off over to Ben, and then he's going to kind of show us around. So, hey Ben. All right. So we'll cut that out. And well, you got the Canon though. Look at the Canon. It's still recording that Canon, baby. God, that's going in the blooper. All right, everybody, we are back with our Food Man Fast Start 2020. And if you missed the board, make sure to go back to that video. So Fast Start 2020 launch video. If you don't want to miss a beat, don't get behind. So you can subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and also on Instagram. And that's going to keep you up to date on all the newest and greatest things from Fast Start 2020, which is for the next 30 days and then beyond. What we'll talk about that next. The big thing that we did talk about last time was the roller coaster. How do we get off of the roller coaster? And the two major factors of that is how you need somebody to hold you accountable, and then you need to stay mentally tough. So we're going to talk about some skills and things that you can implement right now at the beginning of the year. So let's go ahead and go over to that. So what is the biggest problem? Last time I talked about that food is not primary. Right now, food is not primary. It's mindset. So you have to change your mindset in order to change your lifestyle. If you find your why, then it becomes really simple to adopt and change your lifestyle. Okay. So finding your why is many things. I help people do this all the time. The nutrition side of this is simple. The food is simple. We've got that figured out. We can help you with that. But don't come to us until you find your why. We want you to find your why. It can be, I want to live longer, I want to have more energy, I want to feel better. All these things apply. I want to be there for my grandkids, I want to see them grow up, I want to perform better at work, I want to perform better as a professional, maybe as an athlete, all those things. We'll get into that more. Okay, but the first thing that we need to recognize in order to change our mindset is, why do we fail? Why are we stuck in this cycle? Why every year are we setting goals to lose weight? Why is that happening? Shouldn't we be setting new goals and new and interesting goals? Okay, so by 2021, you don't need me anymore. Okay, so why do we fail? Accountability. So we talked about that earlier. You got to let somebody hold you accountable. But you're going to need certain things and metrics in order to do that, which we're going to go over here in a second. The second one, and this is a big one, it's insecurities. Change is very hard. Okay, change is hard. Everybody knows that. It has a lot to do with, there's a lot of chemistry involved with it, and basically adaptation of the brain and creating new pathways and new understandings. As we grow older, it gets harder and harder for us to make those adaptations. So we have to really dig in deep and create some new and exciting things that make the brain change and alter and adapt. Okay, insecurities are also rooted and mostly rooted in environment. Okay, so let's say you start making changes and you're doing weird things. Okay, we're eating healthy. It's weird. Okay, eating healthy is changing your mindset on that. It shouldn't be necessarily around weight loss. Okay, it's going to be around energy levels and things like that. But your environment is so key. Okay, so what happens is your environment, people around you have their insecurities that they then project on you. Okay, so it comes back and says, oh, that's weird, you're doing something different. Or maybe you're improving your lifestyle and that makes somebody else in your life feel very, very uncomfortable. Okay, so in order to not feel uncomfortable, you need to basically stick to it, find somebody that doesn't make you feel uncomfortable, that's going to hold you accountable. And over time, your environment will start to change and you're going to draw better people into your life. You're not going to lose people. You might for a little while, people that don't support your pathway. You might lose those people, but usually what I've noticed and what happened in my life is that those people come back because they see all the positivity in your life and they want to be a part of it. So don't worry about those things. Keep your mind in the game and do not get lost, okay? Stay in the game. All right. So the biggest thing is we got to create our fundamental metrics in order to know that. Let's swing around over here. Go ahead. No, come over here. You're all right. We'll cut that out. Okay. All right. So the next steps here is there's no goal too big. We know that. Okay. We know that because of a post I recently did. There isn't a goal too big. The only thing that can go wrong is you don't act on it, and then you failed because you never acted. But this is more of a journey than a destination, okay? So you don't want to really get defeated. You didn't get defeated. I say, if you want to set a goal for January, let's do 30-pound loss in 30 days. If you need to lose weight, if that's your goal, let's do 30 pounds in 30 days. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to lose 15 pounds, okay? So the big thing is don't set the big goals. But in that, a goal might be too big if you're not setting it properly. So you have to break these things down fundamentally, okay? So what I do and my clients do is we set up a 1 month, a 3 month, and a 6 month goal. The 6 month I actually want you to start with. I want the big goals, okay? So if we're going to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, go ahead and make it 60 pounds if you need that much off, okay, in 6 months, okay? That's 10 pounds per month if you need to lose that many lbs, okay? And now if this isn't about weight loss, again, these can be in separate areas, okay? So what I do is I break these down into health, okay? I break it down into spiritual, okay? This is also could be considered mindset, spiritual or mindset, which is something we're going over today. We'll go over more in depth of this later, but mindset is also going to have some breathing techniques, some other stuff we're going to follow if you follow me in Fast Start 2020. So be sure to not miss that one. It's a big one. Okay, spiritual or mindset. We have you have your experiential. We're going to go. Let's talk about intellectual growth real quick. So intellectual. All of these. The reason I list these three first is because these are all going to be applicable during Fast Start 2020, right? You're trying to get into your health, maybe some spiritual or some mindset changes that we might talk about, and intellectual growth, okay? So what should you be doing? You should go research everything that I say. Find out if it's BS or not, right? I mean, if it is, let me know. That's not good. Cut that out or what? Okay, so recently I did a post that said no goal is too big. The worst you can do is not act on it. Okay, this is more of a journey than a destination. Okay, so I say we set some big goals. We set some really big goals. Okay, so what I do with my clients is they always have to update a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month goal set. Every single month we reset that. It's always about 6 months out. There's a few categories inside of that. Okay, the first one we're going to go over is health. Okay, the next one is going to be spiritual. or mindset. Okay. The next one's going to be intellectual growth. And let me talk about these real quick. The reason I mentioned these first is because you're already knocking a lot of these out right now in Fast Start 2020. On your health side, obviously, there's implications to that. Spiritual or mindset, we're talking about changing our mindset, reviewing things as not just a fat loss program, but how can we alter the way we look at living a healthy lifestyle? How do we change our lifestyle? And intellectual is find out if what I'm saying is BS. You go out there. I'm your guide. I'm the food man guide. So what I want you to do is go out and research and find that and tailor this program to your unique chemistry, okay? Now, the last two subjects are going to be finance, okay? Because all of this is going to tie together. These can all change each other. And the last one is experiential, okay? All right, so on your health side, why don't we set a really big goal? Okay, so 30 pounds in 30 days. Let's do it. I'll bet that there will be some people actually that follow this that lose 30 pounds in 30 days. I would be willing to bet that. And what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to lose like 15. Okay, sounds terrible. Now, your 6-month goal, you want to jump to those because those are going to trickle down. So if we're talking about health, I'm going to use an H, then we're going to say 60 pounds if you need to lose that many lbs. We're going to say 60 pounds, okay, in 6 months. That's only 10 pounds a month, okay? Spiritual or mindset, we're going to talk about some breathing techniques, things like that later on in Food Man Guide, like I mentioned. But your spiritual side and these are going to be some breath work. Breath work is going to go along with your cold showers and stuff like that. You need to breathe deep, change the mind, maybe do a little meditation and get into some of those aspects, okay? So we're going to meditate here. Let's say in the first month, let's do it once a week. Okay? One time per week for 30 days, okay, over that. So we're going to go down here, same area, spirit and mindset. And we need to set that for 4. Let's try 4. That's 24 times. So we need 24 times. Okay, so what can happen is you fall behind in a month, you can catch back up, so you move to 2 a week. But you got to hit your 24-time goal. Okay, so break it down into these goal sets. Okay, your intellectual side is, again, you're going to go and research all these factors. Okay, let's do it once a week. Okay, we're going to research 1 time per week. All right, finance, all of these will apply. I would be willing to bet that some of the next year's goals will be based on finance, and all the energy and the things that you get from improving your lifestyle is gonna trickle into that. Those are your own goals. I want you to set those. Okay, on the experiential side, I want you to look at this. What is experiential? That's like travel, getting out, doing something. Okay, we're going to experience those. So like, let's say you want to take probably going on a vacation in the next 30 days is going to be difficult if you don't have one planned already. And if you're going to do the fast start, then I don't want you leaving anyways. All right, but if you want to travel and set it one out 6 months, okay, so an experiential goal, right? My fiance and I want to travel, for instance, to Spain. Okay, can I get to there in 6 months? Well, at my 3-month mark, I've got to say, okay, my experiential, I know I have that. And do I have everything in line at this point in time, 3 months down the road? So right now, I've got to write that in, okay? And then buy tickets to Spain, I'm going to put here. Because I do want to complete the goal. But what goes along with that is making sure my business is running okay, making sure somebody's going to take care of my dogs while I'm gone, all those types of things. So again, we want to break these down into individual segments, okay? Now, what are you going to do next? How are you going to take action now? Because you're going to go through these goals, you're going to build those out, and these are your metrics for whoever's your partner is going to hold you accountable. Okay, but what can you do in the meantime? Because you're going to start doing things immediately. We're going to start to create some change in the brain, and you're going to do something, one thing every single day that you're afraid of, or that's going to be some fundamental change. It doesn't have to be huge right now. You don't have to get completely out of your comfort zone, but you want to get more and more uncomfortable as it goes on. For instance, if you drink coffee every day, I want you to drink tea. Okay, switch to tea. Okay, if you're not active right now, obviously you need to get active. That's a no-brainer. But let's say you are active, but you always do nothing but HIIT exercises. Maybe you can also do yoga. Or if you're always doing yoga, you need to find a really good HIIT gym. Covenant Gym here in Houston is one of the best I've ever seen, and probably the best in the country. Okay, you can also maybe get into bodybuilding. Maybe you want to build some mass. Maybe you want to do that. Okay, my assistant is actually into bodybuilding. Maybe he can help you. So let's know, and then we look forward to seeing you on the next video.